So we are here in Hamburg at our first Christmas market, the Stadthöfe market, and it is a really beautiful environment and it's a pretty historic building that we will let you know more about further on.
Our first mulled wine here in Germany.
Woo, cheers! And I love the mugs here.
I know, they're so cool. We should point out that this is a French-themed market, so there's a lot of French food, French music.
It's very nice, very beautiful too.
Yeah, all right, let's see.
Whoa, that's nice.
Oh,
That's really nice.
That's really nice flavor. I feel like I'm eating a pie.
I know, very low tannins too.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Today, this building houses restaurants, has beautiful courtyards, and a lot of boutique shops, but it hasn't always been this way. In fact, this building is really old. It was built in 1710, and at first it was a palace. A few years later, it ended up getting owned by the Hamburg government, and it became the police headquarters for Hamburg. But then World War II was around the corner, and from 1933 to 1943, this was the National Socialist Party headquarters. This building has a lot of dark history, and it's just the contrast between now and then is so interesting because you would have never thought this was the Gestapo headquarters for most of northern Germany. Then in 1943, there was a horrific bombing that happened that actually destroyed most of Hamburg buildings. And the building wasn't restored until the 1950s. I would have never guessed this was the history behind it. It just feels completely different. All right, so we tried this mulled wine. Let's go try another one at a different market. There's a ton of markets in this city, so. And you bet the Hamburg has a pride market, so let's go see what that's about.
Really cool energy, a lot of music, and a lot of good smells.
Okay, we just walked through the whole market. It's small, but something that's very apparent in the whole city is you have a lot of little markets everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. You're getting off work and you want to get some blue wine with your coworkers. Hop into a Christmas market around the corner.
And there's a lot of space too, so it's not like everyone has to go to one place and there's no room.
Yeah, and everything's so busy too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Friday, so we're going to go to rest now because tomorrow we have a lot more Christmas markets coming up.
Good morning from rainy Hamburg. We've got a packed schedule exploring the city today, so let's get started.
It's a rainy, dreary morning here in Hamburg, so we are going to check out the flower exhibition at the Bucerius Art Forum and get the day started.
And after the flowers, we'll be going to another Christmas market.
We're learning quite a bit about the association of flowers throughout the century. Something really surprising that we learned is that in the early Christianity days, flowers were actually banned because pagans were close to nature and so on, but then Christianity later on adopted the flowers into their own religion.
And this room is so cool. It's just filled with dried flowers hanging from the ceiling, and you can actually smell them. I guess when there's so many, even if they're dry, you get the scent.
After taking in the scents of all these flowers, we worked up quite an appetite. Let's head to the White Magic Christmas Market.
some curry ketchup and a bratwurst, and I'm very hungry.
The moment we've all been waiting for, and I know Olivia has been talking to me about bratwurst for like the past 2 weeks, so I know she can't wait to taste this, and it smells amazing. Yeah, it has this like sweetness smell to it. The flavor is great. They're grilling it over the fire, so you have that smokiness.
Better watch our sausages though. Someone's always lurking.
Now it's dessert time, and we are going to try some Schmelzkuchen, which is like a traditional fried dough, little pillows of soft dough, powdered sugar. And I guess the trick is you can shake it first to get the sugar all over the dough, the warm dough. There's nothing better than some fried dough and sugar.
Exactly what you'd expect.
And I love how when you like the sugar, how it softens. It's just like a glazed donut. It's really good, especially when they're really hot.
Now that we've had our dessert, it's time to go catch the parade, and it's about to happen right outside of the market. So let's make a run for it. That was so cute and great music as well. Now it's time to go to the next Christmas market across the street actually, and this one is going to have a flying Santa. What do you want to eat next?
Mulled wine.
Okay, yeah, it's time to try the mulled wine in this market and compare it to the one yesterday. Because I think each one it might be a little different.
Yeah, we'll see.
At least the cups are different here.
Yeah.
Right now we're in the biggest Christmas market, and it is extremely crowded.
Because everyone is gathering in to watch Santa fly by.
We're having our second blue wine here in Germany, and this time I'm trying a white one, so it's nice and warm, smells really nice. Oh, the sun's almost down and it has gotten chillier, so this warm wine is just perfect. This market has a lot more variety of foods. It's actually the biggest one, I think. So let's go find more food. This is such a cool machine. The moment I have been personally waiting for is the potato pancakes. I love potatoes, and when they're fried, they're even better. And you can get them in a few different ways. You can do it with applesauce, which is pretty traditional, but we didn't want anything sweet, so we got the cheese sauce. So let's see how they are. You'd think most potato pancakes would taste the same, but it almost feels like I'm eating like chips with some kind of flavor. So there's definitely some unique flavoring going on here, and I'm loving it. How's the sour cream one?
You don't like it.
Santa's about to come in with his sleigh right above over there.
Ich fahre hier da mal vorwärts.
Bye, Santa!
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
So we have seen these all around the market and we have been so excited to try them. It's pretty much a hand bread and they're very traditional to the Middle Ages Christmas markets here in Germany. That's so cool. We asked the girl if it was particular to Hamburg and she said no, it's actually from the Middle Ages and we love a bit of history around here. So we got a ham and cheese one with a good plop of sour cream and chai. My mouth is so frozen, I feel like I can't even open it.
It's not even that cold.
It's really good. The bread is so fluffy.
Is this the best thing you've had on the market so far?
I really love the potato pancakes, but it's very good. It's just turning out what you expect cheese can, but the way it's made is very good. Yeah, very good. What do you think, Maria?
And I think the bread is probably baked in a wood oven because it... Oh yeah, I can see the ovens. Yeah, they're definitely wood ovens.
Should I get it?
Because I'm getting this like smoky, woodsy flavor and it definitely adds to it. And it makes you think of the Middle Ages more too.
Yeah. Now we are going to have the Thüringer sausage, so different from the bratwurst. This is more of like a regional sausage. So yeah, it looks really good. It's really good. This tastes very like homemade. The buns aren't for like really to go with the sausage. It's more just like what you hold it with. I've been smelling the roasted nuts and it's time for dessert. So we got some roasted nuts finally. We did a mix of butter flavor and New York cheesecake. So let's see. It's a little warm and toasty. I don't know which or which. I think this is the butter. Oh, we have both. Let's see. That could be either, but I'm guessing it's cheesecake.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good idea?
Great idea.
Butter and New York cheesecake. Okay. Ooh, thank you.
I don't know which is which. I just know by the flavor.
Oh, there's no punchy. I feel like I got butter.
I think I got butter too because it definitely isn't cheese.
Yeah, the flavors aren't like that different. The night is young, and to work up an appetite before dinner, our group is heading to Hamburg's famous port to visit a landmark, the Elbphilharmonie, a world-renowned concert hall with stunning architecture.
Ooh, that's cool.
After taking in the views, it was time for dinner, just around the corner from here.
So we've left the crowded Christmas markets in more of the central part of Hamburg to come to the harbor and have a bit more of a unique experience here at Wild Scandinavian Cooking by the Danish TV chef Brian Bosen, and we're very excited. It's a very beautiful boat and it looks like a very hygge atmosphere, and you know we like that around here.
I would have never guessed we're actually on a boat. It's so cool. We're not even moving. Do you feel them moving? And the table just feels so rustic and wild. So for appetizer, we're starting with Arctic oysters, and I don't really have oysters, but that's pretty unique. I've never seen this before. They came with this Arctic ice, which I would assume it's from the Arctic, and then the ice inside had fish broth and seaweed. So they do that to add the extra flavor, which is really cool. I've only had oysters one other time in my life, and this is going to be the second. So let's see. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, I gotta be careful because this plate has holes.
So oysters are not for me. If you like oysters, this is probably amazing.
Then it was time for the main course, and it shocked us all.
For the record, I'm just gonna show you this insane lobster club. I have had lobster in Maine and Alaska, which are the best places in the United States to get lobster. I have never in my life seen a claw of this size. This is like the size of my head almost. It's the size of my whole hand. This is the biggest lobster.
I'm just gonna go in and eat it like a popsicle. The smell is so good.
Fling that bad boy around.
It's so soft. The flavor is so good. And there's so much meat to it. There's some I don't know how I'm going to get out, but I'll figure it out.
Eating the lobster was a workout, but at least we kept the group entertained.
So the lobster is part of a surf and turf. So it comes with this burger. Ooh, it has some beetroot and cheese. I don't know what to say, it's so good. The meat is amazing. And the beetroot just adds a totally unique flavor. It almost tastes like caramelized onions, but with a twist. I'll try to stuff some lobster in here to see how it works.
One thing I really love about this church is the architecture and the colors and the design. And there's something about how everything's white mixed with the gold. It adds like a feeling of hope and like light and brightness compared to a lot of other churches just feel a bit dull. But this just feels very, very pleasant and very positive and hopeful. It's really beautiful.
Today in Germany, it's the second Advent, so you say Happy Second Advent. And you may have heard of Advent calendars. Well, the idea of Advent was invented here in Hamburg. So behind me, there's 24 candles. Nowadays, they use about 4 candles when they light them, but it's a total of 24, right, for the first 24 days before Christmas. And maybe some of you have already had Advent calendars during the month of December, so that concept comes from right here in Hamburg.
After leaving St. Michael's, we took a historical walk and admired some of Hamburg's timeless architecture. So we find ourselves here in the Neustadt neighborhood, which is a bit of a contrast compared to the rest of the modern city. And you can see it's very like old traditional architecture, which isn't very common in the rest of the city because in 1943, most of Hamburg was obliterated by bombs, but this neighborhood remains, so you still have the opportunity to see a more traditional part of the city. And speaking of World War II and history here, we are actually also going to visit the famous Hamburg Bunker, which seems to have more of a modern feel to it now as well.
This building really sticks out, and it's because it's a bunker from World War II, and perhaps it's one of the most famous landmarks here in Hamburg. It has a very interesting story why it's still here. After World War II, they wanted to bring it down, and they tried, but because this was made to withstand bombs, it was just basically impossible, and the amount of TNT that would be needed to bring this whole building down would basically explode the whole city. So now it has become this modern historical landmark in the city where it houses a couple of restaurants, you have a techno club, and they really try to beautify it by adding some green. So you can actually walk around the complex and go on different levels by these stairways that are probably a more recent addition. And we're gonna get a really good view of the carnival that's going on over here. Very colorful. We just noticed it houses a music school, a gym, a rock climbing wall, so has a ton of stuff. Very cool.
Hey Maria, do you have a minute to reflect on our time in Germany?
Yeah, I do. Let's do it. Hey, Maria and Olivia here from the future, and Orion.
We're not in Hamburg right now, but we just wanted to take a minute to reflect on our time in Hamburg and our experience at the Christmas markets there.
So we were lucky enough to be invited by the Hamburg Tourism to experience the city in December and its Christmas markets. I should probably preface this that this was our first time in Germany for both of us, other than having a quick stopover at the airport and not really living the area of the airport. And honestly, Hamburg surpassed our expectations. The rain we were expecting, though, there was quite a bit of rain, but it's okay. The Christmas markets and the company we had made up for it.
Yeah, it's a really cool city. It's really modern, but also you can see the history at the same time.
And what was really cool, each market seemed to have its own theme and decoration. As you may have noticed on the names we put in the video, each time we visit a market, they kind of had a theme going. The food and drinks was pretty much the same throughout all the markets, but I would say some markets have more variety than others. So the bigger the market, the more variety you'll have in food, drinks.
More people.
Well, it was the Santa. If you go to the main market, when Santa is about to fly over, for half an hour before, it's just completely packed. You can't walk because everybody just stands, so there's no movement. Mm-hmm. But good luck with strollers. I would not take a stroller in there.
There are a few things that really stuck out to me about the Christmas markets in Hamburg, which I think probably goes for the majority of markets in Germany as well. The first thing is how there's like a sense of old classic Christmas at the markets. And I think a lot of places try and make like a modern, funky Christmas. And like it's nice, but there's a real classic feeling. Very old, like what you grow up with like old Christmas stories. And it feels very true to what you grow up with.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, on the modern side, I was amazed by how sustainable the markets were, just how, and it seemed so natural, and to the point where it didn't even hit me until we came back. Yeah. And I'm just thinking about how, wait, we use these mugs everywhere, and I know the German Christmas markets are known for their mugs you get your drinks out of, and it seems like more of a souvenir, an authentic memory from your trip, but at the end of the day, you're saving a lot of plastic and paper that is just amazing, especially when you have so many markets throughout the country, and most of them do that. It's pretty cool.
And also, there were no paper plates. Everything was, for the most part, ceramic plates, because I think they avoid plastic completely.
Either plates or just a thin piece of paper.
And all the markets in Hamburg are powered from renewable energy, 100%, which is really impressive.
Yeah. Even though we see sustainability as like a modern thing, it really is the best sustainable practices are how we used to do things. And so that takes you even further back to the original classic way.
Yeah, true.
So I really, really liked that about Germany.
Another thing I want to point out is I think we all have some kind of preconceived notions about a country and how its people are. And when I think of Germans, I think of them as serious. Everyone was so friendly and so joyful. It like truly added to the experience. It made the Christmas spirit even more wow. People were singing on the streets, dancing in the Christmas markets. That you could see them like moving, really interacting with one another, like strangers between them.
There was a real camaraderie with everyone.
Yeah, and even strangers like just stopped to help us out with certain wording or what's that, and super helpful. It was great experience. So long story short, like Hamburg may not be as well known for their markets as opposed to other German cities, but we would definitely recommend it. In December for the Christmas markets and other times of the year too, especially when the weather gets warmer. Hamburg is really well known for its port. It's one of the most crucial ports here in Europe, so there's a lot going on there. And so you can do tours of the port by boat, but that's only during the warmer months. And you can see the Elbphilharmonie from a boat, which will give you a completely different perspective. I think it probably looks even cooler because you get to see it from really far without any blockages. And that building is truly stunning. And we saw pictures of the Great Hall where the concerts actually happen, and it just, wow. Yeah, really beautiful building. Yeah, we definitely want to go back for a concert there. So right now we're in the mountains in Greece in a little village where my family has a house. So this is where we're going to be spending our Christmas. And the holidays here look a little differently than they look in Hamburg. It's a lot warmer. There's no Christmas markets in this little village or, surrounding cities we're in, towns. But what we have been doing in our spare time is picking olives from our olive orchard. And in fact, earlier today, we were picking olives, and it's a lot of hard work.
On that note, how will you be spending the holidays this year? Let us know.
And we want to wish you all happy holidays and a happy new year. And, if you want to get us a present, the best present you could give us is hit that like button. And if you're planning on watching more videos, why not subscribe if you haven't already? Over 90% of you are not subscribed, so let's change that. And go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already, because you're gonna forget, and maybe watch the video that's right there.